Good afternoon, everyone. So right here I have a mango tree. I bought it 3 years ago from Home Depot, but it wasn't until last year that I barely planted it here in the ground. So what I'm going to do is I'm just gonna mess around with it. And the reason I say that is because I noticed that from the bottom over here, you can see how there's new growth. This piece right here was from last year, and you can see right here too how it's been slowly growing. But anything new like this right here, I am going to get rid of it. Now some people might say, you know, just cut them off straight from the bottom, you know, all of the new growth, but this growth is from last year and the year before that. But if I cut it from back here, then that's not only going to leave an open wound that I will have to seal. That's no problem. But what I am worried about is, you know, the side of the tree being exposed to the sun, and it would keep getting these warm summers or where you get those heat waves. I'm just worried that the side of the tree or the trunk is going to end up getting cooked. So all I'm going to do, instead of chopping down all these leaves that do provide not just, you know, energy with photosynthesis with the sun, but they do provide some protection from the sun. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to pinch any of the new growth, and that is what I did last year too. That way I'm not getting rid of, you know, these leaves that can provide nutrients. So here we go. Any of the new growth, I'm just pinching the top. So like these red looking leaves, they've already been growing, so I'm not going to chop them down because they will help out the tree. And that's just, you know, my understanding of what it is I'm doing. If I'm doing something wrong, let me know. But this is just what I am choosing to do with my mango tree. So now all this is going to do is it should, I don't want to say put the tree into shock, but the little cuts, the areas where I'm pinching, that should, I guess, prevent this from, you know, growing, and the energy should be directed or should continue onto any of the new growth that I did not cut. So that is my goal. So let's see. All right, that looks good. Now the next thing that I'm going to do is, since I want this tree to keep growing, I'm going to get rid of all of the flowers or any of the, what are they called? I don't know, are they still considered flowers before they even bloom? I don't really know, so I'm gonna have to look that up. So there we go. Anything that's gonna be a flower, I am gonna cut it off or just pinch it. The reason why I'm doing that is because energy is gonna be diverted or used up towards creating the fruit. So if any of these flowers do get pollinated, the tree will need energy to ripen that fruit. So by getting rid of the flowers, then the tree can, oh, see, that one's open already. Then the tree can continue to simply grow or put its energy towards growing instead of ripening the fruit. So I'm going to do this to all of them. And then also, if I was to leave them, let's say I did want a fruit, if I was to leave it, even if it's just one mango, you know, the branch will get too heavy and it will sag. So let me, you know, worry about the tree growing upward or upright, and then I'll worry about the fruit. And once again, this is just my understanding of how, I guess, fruit trees work. Either use up energy to grow or use up energy to bear fruit. Obviously they'll do both, but right now I just want all the energy to go towards growing. All right, so that looks pretty good. All right, the next thing that I'm going to do, you know, you can see that there was some branches that died. So I just yanked it out. I should have probably just grabbed my pruners and cut it, because it pulled off a lot of the healthy part of the tree or the branch. So let me just show you what I'm talking about. Right there. So maybe I just messed up, because now there's a big wound on the tree that I don't like. So I'm gonna seal that right now. I went ahead and sealed up that big wound that I did. If it was a big tree, I really wouldn't worry about it, but since it's still pretty, you know, small, then I wanted to seal that wound before, you know, it caused more damage. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do is, if you look at the shape of it right now, you'll see that, I don't know, it's about probably like 2.5 feet where it divides right here. So if I was to leave it like this, then these branches, they would continue to grow, sort of like, I guess I keep calling it an umbrella or opened. So I could do that if I wanted this low, but since I don't want the branches to, you know, open up, you know, right here at the bottom, I am going to try and train it to go more up and then open up a bit higher. And how I'm going to do that is I'm going to attach a metal pole right here at the bottom and then pull that right branch over to the left. So let me set this up real quick. All right, good enough. And then I do like using these electrical, or these wires. They're meant for, well, let me just, so I do like using these wires. I mean, I had some extra, I don't know, cables, cord, wires for electricity or electric work. And now what I'm going to do is attach this and pull that branch over here. All right, so I'm just going to use this tubing. I mean, I don't have to, but I do want to add a little bit of protection, so that way this doesn't cut into it. If I was just training the branch, you know, no big deal, I wouldn't even use it. But since I am going to apply a lot of pressure into it, then I want to try and protect it as much as possible. right, and that's it for this. So what should happen is you can still see how there's a branch coming this way. There's another branch back here, and there's a little one right here. But by pulling this one to go sort of upright, the tree should branch off right here later on. And then I'll just have to make sure that these on the side don't outcompete the one on top. So this one will end up becoming, I guess, the leader or the main trunk. And then from here on, all I'm going to do is sort of train or pull this branch this way so that it begins to, you know, have that open concept. And then once it's, you know, opened up about 6, 7, 8 feet high up here, then I can focus on bringing down the branches. So that's it for today. And of course, now I gotta wait maybe till next year before I can mess with it again. Thanks everyone.